All right, we're going to try again. We're trying again now. Hopefully this mic is better. Please straight away tell me that it's okay. Please, someone tell me the audio is okay. Hi, A, better? Better, yes. Oh, fuck my life. All right, yes. Okay, good. All right, finally, we're back in business. Let's talk about some actual legitimate shit now, all right? Area 51, all right? When I first found out about this whole Area 51 thing, like a couple of weeks ago, and it had like, I think I joined the whole thing when it had like 20,000 people, and now it's got, actually, you know what? Let's search it up right now. How many people does it have? Can I put this in a different tab? So will it still go live even though I'm looking at it in a different tab? Yeah, it is. All right, hang on. How many people, let's go on Facebook right now. Area 51, they can't store my soul. Oh, fuck off internet. It's not even fucking, they can't. Wait, how much is here? There is fucking like 1 point something million people at events. Oh, fuck my life. Come on, Facebook. I just want to see. 2 million people going to this event on Area 51. Okay, so I was doing some research into this because it actually is quite concerning to me that that many people are actually thinking about going. But if you actually look at ticket prices on airlines on September 19th, the prices spike because people are booking tickets to this place. Dude, this is going to be fucked. I actually kind of want to go and make a vlog at the same time, but it's like a death wish at the same time. So yeah, do a photo battle in Area 51. Dude, I heard that even if you manage to get to Area 51 before getting shot, you actually have to find the base. So the actual whole place that's like marked off or whatever is like a massive, like as big as this screen, let's say, that you're watching. And then like I'm Area 51. So it's like, well, not even, there's like a little Area 51 inside this massive perimeter of shit. Yeah, just send it. Anyway, I thought I'd just clear that up. I had to get that off my chest. The next thing I have to get off my chest before we get into anything photography related is I watched too many scary movies when I was with the boys last week. We watched It, right, with Pennywise. And if you haven't seen that, it's about some clown that goes and fucks with kids. We watched, what else did we watch? And we watched, there was another scary movie. Maybe it wasn't that scary because I can't remember what we watched. And we watched Hereditary, where it's about this girl that gets decapitated and comes back and haunts her whole family and kills everyone. And now I can't walk into my house with the lights off. So thanks a lot, Hayden, you dickhead. You made me scared as shit, which is fucking bullshit. That ain't even that bad. All right, what's the worst horror movie that you've seen? And you know what? You know what I was looking at before? I was like typing in on YouTube, like how to get over fear. Bro, I'm actually genuinely scared. It's fucking with my creativity. I fucking hate scary movies. Scary movies can get fucked. That Hereditary movie was actually pretty good. You know what? Same with It as well. They're both pretty good. Like they're very well filmed, but they still scared the shit out of me. But they are very well filmed movies because I think a movie that still makes you think it's real and scares you that much, that's like a very well filmed movie. So I'll take my hat off to the directors for that. Insidious is quality horror. Actually, you know what? I didn't get that scared in Insidious. I just thought there were a bunch of jump scares, but it didn't actually scare me that much. Someone find his address and we can go to the house at 3 a.m. Fucking come to my house and I'll fucking shoot you in the foot, cunt. No, don't fucking come to my house. Me and my dad will bash you. Okay, let's talk about some photography stuff. What are your 5 favorite in-camera transitions? Dude, I'll just do this one. Like that one. Like I don't really know too much about camera transitions. Like film in general is actually quite new to me because I've only been doing YouTube for about a year now and taking it seriously for the past however many months. So actually trying to like up my B-roll and trying to make my storyline better in all my YouTube videos is like a very new thing to me. So yeah, that doing the whip transitions is about it with me. I do want to try masking. I'm gonna get there. I'm a bit slow. I'm no Sam Calder. Thoughts on the Sony A7 Mark IV? Let's get some specs up here on the Sony. If you don't know what the Mark IV is, you shouldn't be watching this live stream because the Mark IV is the best camera to ever exist. I've heard that they want to. I'm searching it up right now, the specs on it. I've heard that the Mark IV is like a mid-entry level medium format camera. So okay, first look at the 61 megapixel Mark IV. That is fucking ridiculous. No one needs 61 megapixels. No, I just want to see specs. Let's get it up here. Sony A7 Mark IV specs. It should be on Sony's actual page, shouldn't it? Review. What do we got here? Would anyone actually even spend retail price 3,500 US? It's probably like $5,000 Australian. Sensor type CMOS. I don't really know what that means. Effective megapixels 61. Dude, imagine the raw file size. If you don't know, on Sony, you can actually shoot uncompressed. Like uncompressed raw doesn't squash any pixels together. And I'd imagine you'd only shoot it if you want to shoot like billboards or something ridiculous like that, where you're blowing up the image to something ridiculous. But 61 megapixels, those raw files are going to be 61 megapixels plus, depending on how much dynamic range needs to be captured into the image. Sensor shift image stabilization, that's awesome. Image resolution is almost 10,000 pixels by 6,336. That is fucked. That is so many people. What pixels? Continuous mode. Oh yeah, and the shutter speed is 10 photos a second. So you can shoot up to 10 photos. That's ridiculous. But anyway, can't afford it yet, so who actually gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck about trying to talk about camera specs if you can't actually even afford it? So I think on Nikon is shit. I gotta show that comment. So I'm gonna pin it. Because you know what I find funny about Nikon, and everyone's asking me, oh, can I pin it? Add moderator. What does that mean? There you go. Oscar is now moderator for your channel. Wait, for my channel? What do you mean? Wait, I don't know what I've just done. Remove moderator. I'm scared. I don't trust you, Oscar. I'm going to find someone who wants to be a moderator for my channel. Give me mod. Nah, okay, I don't know. What does it mean when you want to be a moderator for my channel? Anyway, I was going to say something. Oh yeah, about Nikon. Talking shit about Nikon. No, okay. This is why I think it's funny that that Nikon and Canon both release mirrorless cameras right after Sony does it, right? And Sony sits there and like doesn't release anything new after Nikon and Canon release something, right? And then they let all the hype die down about the Nikon Z7 and the Canon EOS R or whatever it's called, right? And then Sony comes out and goes, boom, bitch, here's a fucking 61 megapixel medium format competing camera. And then Nikon and Canon are probably sitting there like, fuck, like Sony's just released this ridiculous camera now. And now our mirrorless cameras look like shit. And that's why I find it so funny. And that's why I'm on Sony. Mod just lets you mod the chat. All right, who wants to be a moderator then? And I don't even know what that does actually. Comment fuck Nikon if you want to be a moderator for the thing. Me. Yeah, I don't see many fuck Nikons. Okay, fuck Nikon. All right, here we go. Show Nick Hall. Oh fuck, where'd you go? Oh, the message. Oh, here it is. Okay, Nick. Add moderator. How many moderators can I add? Can I add into this? Lily, add moderator. Can I add like heaps? What do you do? Fuck Ari. Okay, hang on, wait. This person's a moderator too now. Add moderator. What do you do? Like, can you show me what happens now? This message is held for review, dude. Like. Okay, now in live streams, I've like censored the live stream. So anything eggplant related, you can't comment eggplants anymore, and no swear words. So I've got to like go through and show, like, I gotta like press show, like you're allowed to, like show. Why does nobody pay me $30 shooting here in Luxembourg? Isn't Luxembourg like filled with really expensive shit? You should be able to get $30 there. Oh, I've got my feet up. Yeah, like I see all these eggplant comments. I can't, like, no one else can see them except for me. I've got to like go through and like press Moderators can now ban, swear, and racist stuff and spam, etc. Ah. But like what else? So what, you can just go through and see what I say, I guess. Cool. All right, let's try and add more moderators then. Fuck Nikon. Here we go. Oh, where'd you go? You're a moderator now. Camille. Fuck Nikon. You're a moderator. Add moderator. This is great. We have a great little family going on here. We all hate Nikon together. But no, I've said this multiple times. Like, I've actually got nothing against Nikon. It's more the fact that I just like making fun of them because it's fun. Because why not? It's just like Hayden. I just like making fun of Hayden because I just want to get a reaction. So I just want to get a reaction out of Nikon users. But I actually have nothing against the cameras because at the end of the day, the Nikon camera did help me get to where I am because I actually used one. I actually used to use a D810. And before that, I had a D3 400 or D3 200, which is a good little camera as well to start out with photography. But I would recommend starting with Canon because Sony is quite expensive to start with. So anyone that's interested in getting on board with Sony, be prepared to spend some money on the glass unless you want to just get Sigma lenses for your whole range, which is nothing wrong with Sigma lenses. But I'm just saying that it is quite expensive just to get onto Sony. Like even, hang on. I'm going to show you my SD cards that I use because even these are expensive, right? Hang on. Okay, first off, I'm going to show you. Give me a sec. Where's my bag? Yeah, I just get up and leave in the live stream. Okay. Can we all agree that is a normal SD card, right? This is a normal one. Or this is actually an adapter, but that's in a micro SD. But that's what a normal SD card looks like, right? This is the SD card you need to run on a Sony. Look at that. It's like mutated. There's like a second thing here. So this is, again, a normal SD card. That's what you need to run with the Sony because of the 4K. So you need, one of these thick boys. This is what I found in Area 51 last time I went in there. There's these mutated SD cards. And they're not cheap. They're fucking expensive. They transfer at 300 megabytes per second, which is ridiculous. And there's two of them. In the Mark III, you have like two slots here. So I needed to get two of them to fit into the camera. And these are only 32 gigs as well, and that's fucking expensive. So I need to upgrade these to like 64s or 128s because I'll go on to like one photo shoot or do a vlog and a photo shoot, and I'll go through both cards. It's ridiculous. Speaking of photo shoots, tomorrow, actually, if you saw my Instagram story, you would have seen that I got some business cards, and I've started editing it now, just the intro and stuff for the video. But tomorrow, I've got some exciting stuff, and I was like, maybe I shouldn't spoil it, but fucking whatever. You guys deserve to know. I'm going to walk into a bunch of different car dealerships tomorrow morning, and we're going to try and get either a car out of them or try and shoot a car on site. I'm going to try and do that other video like when I walked into a bunch of cafes to get a job. We're doing that exact same thing, the exact same idea, but we're going to do it with a bunch of car dealerships. So if you guys get any idea, oh yeah, here we go. More moderators. Oh no, they can't do shit. But yeah, that's the idea for tomorrow. We're going to go and walk into a whole bunch of places and try and get a car of some description. Have you ever done photography at parties for easy money? Yes, I used to do that quite a bit actually. Back when I was in high school, I used to have the flash, put the flash on the camera and walk around parties and stuff. And they paid all right. It was like $200 for a whole night, which is not bad, but it's like a lot of work because you got like 3-4 hours of standing around. You got to stand around with your camera, and you can't get too drunk because you don't want to, fucking break your camera or anything. And then the next day you got to edit all the photos. Like, it can get very time consuming, but it's definitely a good way to start with photography. I think we all started with, for anyone watching now that's like pretty well established with photography, I think everyone's sort of done some kind of event photography, but it's like a good way to get started. Yo, ban this fool. Fuck off, Alex. I'm going to make you a moderator anyway. I don't know if you're talking about me, but anyway, you're a moderator now. Hello. Please remove his mod. Oh, just trolling. Okay, yeah. So your trolling is a hobby. Fuck off, guy. Add my photography account. That's so cringe. Mike, I reckon you should remove all the mods because now they have the ability to ban people from the live stream. Oh, yeah, true. All right, that was a shit idea. See, the thing is about everything that I do, all right, I'm going to keep Lil because she's like the best person. Anyone who's annoyed by the spam, just block them and you won't be able to see it. Okay, Nick and Lil can stay moderators, but everyone else can fuck off. I was talking about the mod that I was spamming, but all right, it's cool. All right, Alex can stay a mod as well. As long as you guys are cool, I'm the best mod. Okay, Camille, you're getting fucking kicked. So you can't. Oh, this is the best. Okay, hang on. We got a question here. Oh, where are you? Dude, this chat's going spastic. All right, everyone chill out. Hey, Mike, I just bought the Canon 700D. Do you think I made a good choice? Yeah, of course. There's nothing wrong with a 700D. I don't really have anything else to say. It's fine. Give us a fat drift on Forza. Dude, I haven't played Xbox like that much this year. And that Xbox needs like 10 gigs of updates because I haven't touched it. And every time I turn it on, I'm like, nah, play offline. So there's so many updates for that thing. I'm not booting it up because my internet won't be able to handle it. Do you shoot photos with any profile pictures? No, I don't use any profile pictures for any of my photos. Actually, that's actually kind of a lie. I do actually have like it's not on a profile picture, but I've got a creative style on it here, and the creative style is is +2 contrast, +2 sharpen, and -3 saturation. I don't know why I did that. I just saw it on a video, and I was like, I'm gonna do that. So I just saved it, and that's like my creative style on like no just like a neutral picture profile. But for video, Hayden told me to use S-Log, so I use S-Log for shooting video, and then I can color grade from there. Could you make a video on export settings for Instagram? I don't need to make a video. I'll tell you right now. Literally, just go into Lightroom, and I'll just export like a JPEG image at 50% resolution or 50% quality, and then airdrop it to my phone. But when I had PC and I was on Android, I did the same thing, export JPEG, 50% quality, but then I just Bluetooth it. So if you're on PC, I used to just Bluetooth it instead of trying to like email it to myself. But now on Apple, like AirDrops just saves so much time. Do you ever use ND filters? So on my camera right now, there's not an ND filter. It's actually a UV filter. So it's this one here. I can't actually take it off. Like, you know, when you put a filter on and you can't take it off because it's been on for so long. So I've got a UV filter on there, which does nothing except to protect the actual glass of the lens. So it's like a little $40 filter that just goes over, and that's pretty much just basic protection. But I am going to get like an interchangeable neutral density filter, just mainly because it makes it so much easier to stay at 1/50th of a second when I'm shooting throughout the day. So I will get that. But on my 85 and my 7200, they both have polarizers, mainly because before I quit my job, I used to work full time at a car dealership, and I was always shooting cars, and I always shot with those two lenses on it. So the polarizers are still on those lenses, but if you just move them around, you can kind of like take them off. What up, Mike? What up, Ricky? When are you ever coming to Amsterdam? I don't know. I've never actually thought about coming to Amsterdam. Actually, I want to do like a proper European trip in the future, like when I get a bigger budget that allows me to. But right now, like everyone that I've seen goes to Europe just spends like 10 to 20 grand, and it's just like fuck, not worth it right now. But I do want to come in the future. Oh, and by the way, anyone in Sydney and Brisbane, I want to talk to you really quickly because my mate called me up today. This is like completely in the works. I've still even got to talk to Liam about this because I only briefly spoke to him about it today. But photo walks happening potentially in Sydney and Brisbane in October or September. September or October, we're potentially going to be driving up to Sydney, and I'll be in Sydney for 2 weeks, I think. And then we'll definitely try and schedule a photo walk to happen there so we can all meet up somewhere and we'll plan a route. And then we're going to do a photo walk in Brisbane as well, because then after Sydney, we're going to be driving up to Queensland. And basically my mate Daniel, he owns like a 4x4 page called Hilux Owners Club. And he called me up today and he's like, yo, do you want to drive up to Sydney and then to Queensland, and we can go camping and we can make some videos like road tripping and stuff, and we can stop past Sydney and Brisbane along the way. And I was like, fucking earth, I want to do some photo walks there anyway. That gives me a good excuse to go up. So definitely going to be coming up to Sydney soon. I want to come to Sydney regardless because I miss Sydney. I haven't been there in ages. So I'm keen to do a photo walk there. Do you smoke weed? No, I don't. I've never actually smoked weed ever. I've when we were kids, actually, and you know, was going to parties more often and shit. We went to my mate's house, and his mum had a Range Rover, and he thought it was, he was like super drunk, but he thought it was a good idea to go hotbox his mum's Range Rover. So like 9 of us climbed in. There was like, no, probably more. There was 4 of us in the boot. There was 3 people sitting in the back seats and 2 in the front. So what's that? So that's 3, 5, 9. Yeah, wait, did I say 9? Yeah, there was 9. Okay, yeah, there was 9 of us, right? And maybe I am high. No, because we were all sitting in there and everyone was like passing this joint around. But I wasn't like that interested in it because my mates growing up, they used to make like bongs out of Gatorade bottles and then like cut people's hoses off and use that as the pipe or whatever, and then get some aluminium foil as the cone piece and then shared a bong around. And I was like, that's fucking gross. Like, I'm not doing that. Fuck no. And then ever since then, I've kind of just been turned off weed. So I've never actually done it. I think I want to save like weed and doing all hard drugs until I'm like 55 and like married and I got kids, and then I'll just go get fucked up with my grandkids or something, and I'll just like do a whole bunch of hard drugs one day and get a heart attack, and that'll be the way that I'll go out. But no, I stay away from the drugs. Thoughts on hidden likes on Instagram? I don't give a fuck. I really don't care. I'd be interested. Oh, you know what I actually found as well? If you are in Australia, you can still go on your computer on Instagram and check how many likes. And it's mainly just for girls that I'm looking at, because it's just to see if their accounts are fake or not. Not because I care about my own likes, because I can see those anyway in my insights. And I don't really care about other people's likes as well, but it's mainly just to check if someone wanted to collaborate with me, I would just like to see if they're like a legitimate page, you know what I mean? Not like a scam or anything, because I don't have anything against anyone having a small following or a big following, but I just want to see, like, if someone says they've got 250K, but they only get like 11 likes on each post, but no comments, like something's not adding up here. So I think like I'll have to do a bit more research on accounts in regards to collaborations. But apart from that, I really don't care. I think just brands will probably have to look a bit harder at influencers and whatever. And I hate that fucking word. But brands will definitely have to look into accounts a bit more now, instead of just like looking at their followers and like ratios and shit, which is all bullshit anyway. Really, like, your likes will never go up until you post content. Like, I'm not sure if you guys watched the Q&A I put on my story today, but literally what I've learned about doing YouTube and doing Instagram, and this is anyone that wants to grow their page, or if they want to start a YouTube channel and grow a YouTube channel, like, how do I get followers and subscribers and all that kind of shit? Nothing actually changes until you post more content. That is the only way. Like, you can sit there and you can refresh and you can tell your friends about how many followers you got today and how many likes you got on this post and whatever. But that's why I didn't really celebrate 100K followers, because although it means a lot that we have this community right now, and it's awesome that we've been able to grow this, and I feel lucky, or in a sense, to be able to share my content with so many people. But at the same time, 100,000 followers on, you know, just as a number, it doesn't really do anything for me, because it doesn't actually help me create more content, if you know what I mean. So for anyone that wants, that's just like, I guess, for anyone that needs to or wants to learn a bit more about how to grow their page, just 100% purely focus on the content is my advice. Zoom or Prime? We're talking about lenses now, by the way. Complete subject change. It really depends what you're doing, man. I would highly suggest, if it's like for one lens, if you mean in this scenario, just get a 24-70. That is the lens that will make you the most money. I'll just put it that way. But that is also the most universal lens for photography and video, and just a generally just good, reliable lens. If you don't know what to use, just use a 24-70. But that being said, I used the 70-200 a little bit in America when I was there last week. Like, I shot the observatory in LA and I used the 70-200 for it. But what I noticed is that once that lens reaches goes past 135 mil, and this is like a $4,000 Sony G Master lens we're talking about, right? This is a proper 70-200 2.8. And I even noticed that after about 135 mil, the quality was just like getting really noticeable. Like, it was just going down because of like how much compression is in that actual lens, right? But where's my other one? Here. So the 85, on the other hand, this lens, I've got a little eggplant sticker on it. I have to get those available for you guys to get as well. I have to make some more eggplant stickers. So this lens, the 85mm, is ridiculously sharp, but obviously you just don't get the same compression as the 70-200. So it really depends on what you want to shoot. But for example, like 85mm is a great lens if you want to shoot cars or portraits, I would recommend. But also at the same time, a 35mm Sigma does a great job at shooting cars and portraits too. So it depends if you want to go wider or closer up. But I think recently Sony released a 105 1.4, and I think I'd love to give that a test drive because I really do enjoy shooting on prime lenses. It just becomes a bitch, like changing every now and again, like changing if you want to get like an 85mm shot, and then you want to get like a 105, or then you want to get a 35. Like, why can't there's one lens company make like a 16 to 105 1.4? Like, that's the ultimate lens if that existed, but it doesn't. Anyway, where did you get your LV Supreme wrap for your lens? I don't actually have the lens to show you, but what I did is that I wrapped one of my mates wraps cars for a living, and he actually went overseas to Las Vegas to wrap an entire tour bus LV Supreme. And obviously, like, you know how big a tour bus, it's like a bus, like it's like a normal, commuter bus, but it's just been decked out for a tour or whatever. And he wrapped the whole thing by himself, Louis Supreme. And obviously he had heaps of wrap left over. And I was like, can you wrap my lens hood? And I've just had that ever since. But Lon's got that lens still over in LA, so I don't have the lens to show you right now. But it's pretty cool. Let's see. Are you going to do a video on your WRX? Based on what everyone's said on my Instagram, yeah, I do actually kind of want to do a video on it now, but I don't know what I want to talk about. Like, there's no modifications to it. It's nothing that special. I've just got some mud flaps on the car, and I want to get like a new D-shaped steering wheel, so like one of the steering wheel that cuts off at the bottom a bit, and then it's like a little bit smaller as well, so it's like a bit more sensitive. And I'm like not blacking out, but I'm just tinting the taillights next week, which is illegal in Melbourne, but fuck the cops. She'll be right. I wanted to tint the fronts as well, but my mate Vin, he was like, don't tint the fronts. It's like super obviously illegal and you're going to get done for it. So, but I don't know. I don't know what I want to talk about with the WRX. Maybe I just might talk about like photographing it or something, or why I got it and how fast I go in it, and do a whole bunch of illegal shit, sweat the floor and do some skids in it or something. I don't know. But yeah, what else? Come to Brisbane. Dude, we talked about this already. I am coming to Brisbane. Hopefully, I think. Maybe. It's like a 35% chance right now. But that's better than not saying I'm not gonna go. What else we got here? You should edit your first ever picture for a video and make them look dope. Fuck, I have to find my old I think my old hard drive somewhere around there. I think I've got an even older hard drive on my old computer, which I can find like my photos that I took when I was like 13 years old, which would have been 7 years ago now. Fuck, that's scary. You know what? I'm gonna release it one day. I've got a YouTube channel that I made when I was 13 years old. I used to make videos on YouTube about skateboarding. I don't know when I'm gonna release it. Maybe at some certain milestone. I know we talked about numbers earlier, but maybe at like 100K or something, I'll release like the videos. Like the channel's still up, and it's there. And I've just got to say the channel name, and you guys can go find it. But no, I think I'm going to keep it for a special time. But there's a whole bunch of videos of like me and Lamont when we used to skate, and I'm fully talking. We made like vlogs when we were 13 about skateboarding and stuff, and we like took photos of us skating. So there's a massive spider in the corner of your room. Nah, you know what? My house is actually pretty spider-free, to be honest, for an Australian household. But one day we brought home like a crate of vegetables, and I was like putting them away or whatever, sorting through them, and this redback spider crawls out. And if you don't know what a redback spider, it's like one of the most poisonous spiders, and they're pretty common here in Australia, but like, you gotta be careful of those vegetable crates, man. They love a good veggie. What's that thing above your door? If you're talking about that was fucking pathetic finger pointing. If you're talking about that's my skateboard from the video I was talking about. That was actually Lamont's skateboard. That was our like filming skateboard from 8 years ago. I've had that thing for 8 years and I haven't broken it. So I took it to America with me a couple of months ago when I was there, and I was still riding around. 8 years later, I've ridden this thing on dirt, gravel, bombed hills with it, bombed bombed like hills in the rain, like rode it around the rain everywhere, rode it in Chicago rain, rode it in the snow. Like this thing has been with me fucking everywhere. I took it to Barcelona in 2018. I actually bought it 8 years ago. Yeah, I bought it 8 years ago in LA, and then I came back here. And then when I went to LA 2 years ago, I took it back there and I did a whole trip around New York, Chicago, LA, Seattle, and it skated everywhere with me there. And then I went to Barcelona with it and then took it back to LA again. And now I've got it back here. And I was like, you know what? It's not broken. I'm going to hang it up because I don't want to break it. But yeah, that's the best skateboard I've ever had in my entire life. Any plans to go to Shenzhen, China? You know what? I think me and the boys might be going to China for Chinese New Year in February next year. It's I don't want to think about traveling right now because we've just done like 6 months of straight traveling, like Dubai, Japan, back to America again, then Sweden, and then America again. And then now I'm pretty done with it, but we'll see what happens. I guess we've still got like 5 months left of the year. We'll see what happens if there's any other spots to go to. But I see someone there wants me to go to South Africa. I've heard Amsterdam, Shenzhen, China. But yeah, look, like Shenzhen's definitely on the list. Copenhagen, yeah, Philippines. We've got that trip set up for the Philippines. Like we won those flights, but I don't know. I don't know how much accommodation is because traveling gets expensive, man. Like, you know, even if your flights are paid for, you still got to do accommodation. You still got to do food. You still got to do Ubers or some sort of transportation. Then you might want to buy a souvenir every now and again. And then something might go wrong. So you got to fix that depending, like, you know, you might drop a camera lens or something. You can get really expensive traveling. That's the thing. So like, you know, I got to work a bit hard. I got to walk into some more cafes. I'm going to walk into some car dealerships tomorrow. We'll see what happens. Jack says, Liam, you're my favorite YouTuber. All right. Well, no, I'm not fucking Liam. All right. But he's pretty good. Area 51 after party at North Borders house. But look, if anyone is still has survived after Area 51, you're more than welcome to come back to my place. But I think you might want to stop past the hospital first. Come to India. You know, I would fucking actually love to come to India next year. I don't think I'll get a chance to this year, but we'll see what happens, I guess, in the next 5 months, like I said. I think the mic is messed up. I think you're the only one that has said that so far because if you saw the last live stream, it was absolutely fucked. So now it's good. I haven't heard any other complaints. So it's probably your end. Will you ever visit Switzerland? Yes, Switzerland. I'd love. It's all on my hit list. All my hit list. Every spot is on my hit list. I want to travel the whole world. We'll get there. What is a good starter camera to keep for a while, mainly for car photos and edits? Well, you know, a camera doesn't really affect like the way that you shoot car photos. That's more of your lens. Do you want to be looking at your lens? But I recommend the Canon 80D. That will, like, you know, it is a fairly good investment. And I hate like getting asked like, oh, what's a really cheap camera that takes really good photos? Like you can't put both those things in the same sentence. Cheap and good for camera equipment doesn't exist. If you want good camera equipment, it costs money, all right? If you want shit camera equipment, it doesn't cost much, but it's not going to last you very long because it's shit. I remember I bought like a polarizer and it was like $9 and every other polarizer was like $110. And I was like, fucking $9, what a steal. And I got it and I put it on my lens and I twisted it and the whole thing just vignetted and it just looked shithouse. Like it didn't even work. And then now there's like a $200 polarizer on there, which like I still think I want to get an even better one on it. But because it's just quality. It just comes down to quality. Like you can't drive a Toyota at the price of sorry, I fucked that up. Just forget that I said that. I can't believe this is a fucking live stream. That's the problem about live streams. I can't fucking edit it. You can't drive a Ferrari on the price of a Toyota. That's what I was trying to say. But get a Canon 80D. That's a good investment. Mike, advice on improving composition. Composition is probably the most important, if not, you know, the main thing about photography is actually just composing the photo correctly. Like, you know, even composing where the lights should sort of sit in your photo, right? Take a step back on whatever subject that you're trying to shoot and just look at it. Look at it from every possible angle. Try and find something to shoot through, shoot above, shoot below, shoot through something or, you know, something like that. Like I would just recommend instead of like trying to go ham and trying to take as many photos as you can and just ending up with shit, try and focus in your next shoot. Try and just focus on taking one good photo instead of 10 shit ones. What's your favorite place you've traveled to and why? Japan at this point, and then second is Sweden. Japan because of its cleanliness and just the people in general. It is honestly the most streamlined city to ever exist. I think it feels like you travel to a new planet when you go to Japan because everything, it's like perfect. Like, especially if you're into like even urban and landscape, they've got like a healthy mix of both city and nature. It's ridiculous. You go there, like you can travel like on the bullet train across the entire country in like 3 hours or something like that, which is ridiculous. Like I would love to go back to Japan, and I want to rent like a Skyline and do like a road trip around Japan, definitely. And then Sweden is also like after Japan, like everyone there is super conservative, and it's a really interesting place as well. Although I didn't get to explore much of it, I didn't get to explore as much of Sweden as I did Japan. But I did get to Stockholm, and that was like totally awesome just to go check out and ride those scooters around. But no, I always love coming back to Australia as well. That's why I want to travel around Australia more, because there's so much here to visit as well. Saw a funny comment. I want to try and find it. No, nothing else here. Do you watch porn regularly? No, you know what? I haven't watched porn in 3 months, but I want to talk to you guys about this as well, because I had an idea today with Liam, and I thought it'd be fucking hilarious to make this video, because obviously porn is one of those things that like just even sex in general, that people like, everyone does it, but no one wants to talk about it, which I find really funny, because people get really, awkward about porn and all that kind of shit. But I bet you more people would start joining this live stream right now because I'm talking about porn. Yeah, already. Just jumping up with people because I'm talking about porn. Just fucking mean. Might just turn my channel into a porn channel. Anyway, okay, so the idea is that I want to go on Pornhub and I'll record this. And you know how you get those ads where it's like find MILFs in your area, or like find these chicks in your area that want to fuck? I'm going to click on that ad. I'm going to make an account with whatever, and I'm going to try and meet up with one of the girls, but not for sexual purposes. I'm going to try and meet up with them to use them as a model for one of my photo shoots. I'm going to try and meet up with one of the horny MILFs in your area to try and use them for there's other people like, do it. Fucking hell. Can't believe you answered that. Yeah, okay, yeah. Nah, dude, there is no filters. That's the one thing about this. You know what's really funny? People that comment, I'm going to call them out more often, actually. I might start calling them out on my Instagram, and I'll see if I can find their reasons and tag them. But people that comment on my videos, they get upset about me swearing. Dude, don't come to my channel if you don't like swearing. Fuck off, bro. It's a word. Swear words are words. Like, I don't understand why so many people get pissed off about it, because you make a noise, right, with your mouth, and a word comes out and you don't like it and you're offended by it. Dude, grow the fuck up. It's a word. Like, I don't understand how people get offended by that shit. So anyway, that's why I like keeping this community that we have right now. I like keeping it tight. That's what she said. Anyway, I like keeping it tight because, we can all sort of like share like a sense of humor together and something. And like, everyone's kind of chilled about the whole swearing, and we can kind of talk about whatever here. Like, there's no filters. Until I get banned from YouTube, then I'll go onto Twitch or something like that. I'm going to keep this unfiltered, because I hate bullshit. I hate trying to cover shit up or beat around the bush. I see so many YouTubers out there right now, like, all copying Peter McKinnon's intro. Like, stop with the fucking copying of Peter McKinnon. He's already done it. Go do something different, for fuck's sake. Like, stop trying to copy every other YouTuber. Like, I feel like people are up and coming on YouTube now that like they see someone else has done something successful, so they're just going to do it, but say it in their words. It's like, dude, that's not how ideas work. You can't just like do something again, but do it with your voice, and then it becomes original. Like, I hate that shit. And people are trying to claim shit as their own and stuff on YouTube. And not that it really affects like the content that you watch and what I make and stuff, but it's more or less like, I just want people to be a bit more original. But yeah, at the same time, whatever. Can't please everyone. Less competition then. Call Johnny Sins. Fuck, if anyone's got Johnny Sins' phone number, hit me up. What else is here? Fun fact, Peter McKinnon kind of copied Casey. You know what, man? Who gives a fuck? We've got a saying with the boys kind of off camera, right? Will it buy me a Porsche? Right? That's the saying. And everything that we do, everything that I've done pretty much this year has followed that rule. Will it buy me a Porsche? Which we've abbreviated now to that, which means that whole sentence. It's like a language almost now. So Peter McKinnon copying Casey. Will it buy me a Porsche? No. Who gives a fuck about it then? I would highly recommend trying to follow that system because it's great. You know, you get rejected by a girl. Maybe if she's a sugar mama, but most of the time, probably not. Who cares? Move on. Focus on what's going to make you buy the Porsche. Not like 100% because then you still got to focus on yourself and figure shit out for yourself. But like, it's just more or less like a saying, like just to get on with life and stuff, more or less. That's kind of what it means. But at the same time, yeah, I thought I'd just fill you in on that. Do you play video games? Yeah, of course. Didn't you see that thing over there? This thing right here, it's a full-on racing simulator that me and my dad built from parts from Bunnings. It's like super fucked, but it does the job. And I haven't played it in ages though. You know what? Actually, today I set up my Twitch account. I want to start doing Twitch and I'm not going to be like, oh, playing Fortnite and League of Legends. Fuck that shit. Dude, you know what I'm going to be playing? I'm going to be playing Need for Speed Most Wanted 2005, Need for Speed Carbon. Me and Lamont, we're going to be playing fucking Halo Reach. I'm going to be doing 1v1s with Hayden on Halo Reach. We're going to be playing Halo 3. I'm going to be playing Watch Dogs. I'm not going to play any modern video games except for Watch Dogs 3 that's coming out. That looks fucking sick. We're all going to be playing nostalgic fucking video games that we've hacked and shit and figured out all this fucking... What me and Lamont do on Halo is we try and get cars and vehicles into places they shouldn't be in the mission. So we'll try and get a warthog or a ghost through the entire mission, even though it's not allowed to go past that point. And we'll try and we've done it like successfully in many different missions. It's so funny. So like, I want to start like filming that and like filming us gaming and shit like that, because gaming is like such a good community. It's so much fun. Like just having a game and like, I think it's like one of the most universal things that isn't photography is like gaming. Like everyone's played a game at one point. Need for Speed Payback. Oh, I remember playing that on PC. That was a fucking good game. Are you religious or believe in anything? I'm not like, this is one of those things that I don't talk about on YouTube. I don't talk about anything racist, political, sexist, or religious. I kind of just like steer away from all that shit. So I just want to talk shit about photography and teach you like how to take photos more or less and just do it my way. But I don't really talk about, that's why I kind of stay away from all that shit. But me personally, I'm not like, strictly religious. And it's not like I believe in like an alter being above us or whatever or anything like that. But like, if times are tough, I'll say a prayer for like me and my friends and my family and stuff like that. But it's more or less like I'll believe in doing good, which I think is like the first basis of religion is helping others more or less. So doing something good for someone else with nothing in return. Like you're not expecting anything in return. You're just trying to give good energy into the world. And I think like that is like the most religious I'll get. And believing in karma, like whatever you put into this universe, you'll get back out. Like if you be a shit cunt and you're a shit to everyone, well, you're going to get treated like shit as well. And that's like one of the main things. It's like, why does it feel good to do something good? Because you're supposed to do that, because you're supposed to do good things. Like why, when you do something bad, like, I don't know, like how much that affects you, but like if you throw some rubbish on the ground, like why does it feel bad to do that? Because you're not supposed to do that. But why does it feel good to help someone cross the road, or I don't know, help someone up if they've fallen over or some shit? Because it feels, because it's the right thing to do. You know what I mean? So I think that's like as far as I go with religion. F, massive F. Thoughts on shooting film? I'm not sure if I've talked to you about this, but I used to, like back in high school, we used to learn about film. And me and my mates didn't take it very seriously. What we used to do actually, like in the dark room, if the room ever got dark, right? So let's just pretend we're in a dark room. We'll turn this light off, right? This is what we do, right? So the room would be all dark and shit. Okay, I'm gonna turn my main lights off, right? I'll just do this, all right? I'm gonna reenact what we used to do, right? All right, fuck it. I'm just gonna turn this off. All right, hang on. It's gonna go all dark. Fucking Pennywise, come and fucking get me. All right, this is what we used to do, right? So it's It's like it's pitch black, right, in the dark room. Everyone's like developing their film, and we'd come in with our phone lights like this, right? So we'd walk into the dark room, right, and it'd be like, who wants it? Like, who's gonna fucking? I'm gonna fuck up your film, and everyone would be going like, no, don't fuck up my film, and I'd be like, whoa, and then just completely burn everyone's film. It was fucking hilarious. It was the funniest shit to do, which is fuck with people. And as we walked into the dark room, and eventually we got kicked out. I got kicked out of that class, and then I haven't done film since. So yeah, that's like what we used to do with like shooting film. But I do want to do a photo battle, shoot like using film. Actually, I think that'd be heaps of fun. Like to do an entire photo battle, just using film cameras. Because both Hayden, Liam, and myself have never really shot film. We've I think we've dabbled in it in high school, but like properly shot it, like I've got no fucking idea. So I think doing a photo battle and then getting the film developed and seeing what we came up with, and then chucking that on our Instas and stuff to see, which photos you guys like. I think that would be a pretty awesome photo battle because the creative process is like a huge amount there. So that would be pretty funny to do. Anyway, guys, it's 9 o'clock. All right, time for bed. Time for a big tall glass of milk because I'm a growing boy, and time to get my fucking asshole fondled by Pennywise. So because of all those scary movies I watched. So I'm gonna let you go. This has actually been lots of fun. I haven't done a live stream in a while, and usually I'll do it with one of the boys, but I thought today I'll just jump on and talk to you. But I'll catch you in the next one. Have a good night, everyone.